ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Neden here once again, and in today's video I am going to be explaining the ending of this episode, the latest episode of Doctor Who Flux called Survivors of the Flux, which was pretty much just a big setup episode for the finale that is going to be grand on scale, and I'm pretty excited for it. But this episode did a lot of setting up through various perspectives once again. So we now have Belle being sort of on Earth now, present day Earth, in the Lopari defense shield. That's pretty interesting. So Belle is now in the present day. Vinder has also, as well, whilst investigating this mysterious planet, he has been captured by the passenger. So he's been absorbed by the passenger, and his essence is inside the passenger. So whatever happens to him next, we don't know, but very interesting there. But the main juices of the episode are from two different perspectives of the Doctor and Yazdan and Professor Jericho. So the first thing we're going to talk about is the past segments with Yazdan and the Professor, because there's a lot of things that go on there. So essentially they learn of a prophecy of when there's going to be a cataclysmic event on Earth, and it has been foretold that it is going to be on the 5th of December of 2021. That isn't actually specified the year. Well, the year isn't actually specified in the episode, but coincidentally it is the air date for next week's finale. So obviously there's some clever planning behind the scenes there that I think works pretty well. But yeah, they learn of this event, and they decide to finally get answers revolving around I think it's Joseph Williamson, the character of the guy who excavates the Liverpool tunnels, and he learns, well, he has learned previously that there are various events that are going on, and he has tried to work on a way to save everyone from the Flux, but from what he's learned and what he's seen, he's kind of came to the conclusion that he won't be able to save anybody at all, which is quite interesting. We want to know what he's seen, but we have seen him pop out throughout various episodes previously, and it's kind of got us questioning about, you know, what is he trying to do? And we've kind of got an answer now that, yeah, he is trying to look for a solution to save everybody from the Flux. Things get interesting, though, with another perspective of where we see the formation of units. Yes, units did return in the episode, but not in the present day form. We now know why unit was disformed and why it was no longer included in other Doctor Who stories past Resolution, and that is because the Grand Serpent, who is a mysterious new enemy, has essentially appeared throughout unit's history and kind of stirred things in his favour in terms of, well, quite simply, we don't know yet, and I think a lot more will be told in the finale, but he has kind of done a little bit of a dodgy thing in the present day. But throughout the segments in unit's history, we see him interact with other unit officers, generals, and people on the official board, and, well, he works his way up to the top. He works his way into power, essentially, and he has control over unit, where he even frightens Kate Stewart, who makes a return in the episode, and she decides to go dark because he blows up her house in a pretty big moment. So what's she going to do next? We don't know, but she's going dark and she contacts Osgood. Now, we don't see Ingrid Oliver return, but maybe that could be something for the finale, but maybe we are going to get like a shadow version of Unit, maybe an undercover Unit, a new version of Unit, I don't know, but I think Unit will probably return in a bigger scale. But yeah, speaking of the Grand Serpent, he does set up a big plot point for the finale where he invites the Sontarans to Earth to invade, and the Sontarans board the Lopari ships in order to disable the shields and invade Earth as an act of revenge for what happened previously in the series. That would be quite interesting to see, the brutality of the Sontarans going head to head with the Lupari in order to get Earth, which will be huge and devastating. But let's also talk about what happened with Yaz, Dan, and Professor Jericho in the past, because it intertwines, because the Sontarans aren't just invading Earth, they are sticking to their original plan where they are invading previous years of Earth, and they do show up in those Liverpool tunnels, which is very interesting as well. So they're not just invading one specific time period, they're trying to invade all other time periods, similar to what one of the Sontaran head officers did state in the episode 2 War of the Sontarans, where they wanted to invade every single time period of every single part of human conflict and just get revenge for previous Sontaran defeats, as being one of the big motivations behind this very ambitious conquest for the Sontarans. But let's move on now to the final segment, and that is about the Doctor. So the Doctor is transported to a mysterious ship in, well, it's between dimensions and universes, and this ship has an Ood on board. Yeah, the Weeping Angels have brought the Doctor to a ship where an Ood is serving the one and only Tecteun. Yes, that mysterious woman that appeared during the very trippy segments of episode 3, Once Upon a Time. We do see her again, and we learn that this is the most recent incarnation of Tecteun, the Doctor's adoptive mother, the woman that found the Doctor under that wormhole. Yeah, we finally meet Tecteun in the present day, and we learn the origins of the division. This is the biggest part of the explanation, that the division are kind of like the CIA of Gallifrey, and that they have been influencing history of not just Earth but other planets. And the Flux was actually engineered by the division in order to destroy this universe, because of the Doctor pushing for knowledge about the division. Now, that could mean a lot of things. Maybe they've destroyed other universes in the past, and the Doctor and the previous unseen incarnations are from other universes. That could be one thing in particular. But the Doctor does notice that there is a chameleon arc. The good old fob watch is nicely placed in a set of, well, it's like a cupboard right next to where she is, and this chameleon arc does promise the Doctor access to these hidden memories that she had taken away from her when the division decided to take them. But something very interesting happens next. Swarm and Azir appear on this ship, and they disintegrate Tecteun. Now, is it going to be the last we see of her? I don't know, and I don't think so. But they decide to take action against the Doctor, and with this, they, we don't know what's going to happen next, but judging by the next time trailer, I think they're going to finally show the Doctor her hidden memories and what happened, and her actions against these two antagonists of the series. And I think that'll be a very interesting twist. So, just to recap on everything that we've explained, so there's been quite a few perspectives again. We know that Bel is now on Monday Earth in the Lupari Shield, and that they're now being invaded by the Sontarans that have been invited to Earth by the Grand Serpent, who has kind of invaded UNIT in a sense, and has influenced UNIT's history. And UNIT are still disbanded, but Kate Stewart has gone in the shadows to potentially make a rebellion group. That'll be very interesting to see what happens there, but I look forward to it. And then obviously we have a prophecy of a big battle that could have huge implications for the Earth, but also we will be seeing the Doctor's hidden memories be revealed to her later on in the finale. But with that being said, thank you very much for tuning into this video. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe for more nerdy content, as we are on the road to 3,000 subscribers. that I would love to reach by the end of April next year. With that being said, thank you very much for all your support, and goodbye for now.